They say a name is the first seed planted in a life. For Lynette, it was a flower blooming in the concrete shadows of the Lower East Side. Before the world was a ball of confusion, it was a song. It was the Black Diamonds dancing in the park, mimicking the greats until they found their own shine. In the house, the TV flickered with Julia, the first time a mirror looked back with a nurse's cap and a nice apartment. But on the corners, it was different. While Lynette was jumping rope and eating ices, the street was the Mac and Shaft, hustlers moving in the shadows of Harlem. But then came the movement. James Brown shouted it loud, and Marvin Gaye asked, "What's going on?" It piqued her interest to look at the encyclopedias. It taught a generation, you don't have to walk with your head down. You are an American by birth, but a griot by blood.
Well, my full name is Lynette Frierson Richardson, and I do have a middle name too, but I just use the initial D. And what was the other question you asked me? Well, I was named after my mom's dolls, Lynette. And my middle name is after a famous singer. And that's all I know about my name. And the name, I believe it means flower. You know, the first name. See, then I'm going to have to tell you my middle name. I mean, I don't mind. It's nothing special. Thank God she's still living. This is Dion Warwick. LES, woo-hoo. Lower East Side. Any cop show you put on is LES, Lower East Side, Manhattan, downtown, near the FDR Drive, the Manhattan Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, all those bridges right there. Twin Towers. Oh, good jobs, a lot of good jobs. My mom was in the schools for 30 years. We had a lot of the women and men that were in the community. They did school crossing, right at the corners. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. And there was a school crossing guard right there, and the schools were right across the street. So those were popular jobs. I even was a school crossing guard back in 70s, I would say 80, 70, 80, 79, 80. And a lot of building jobs, construction was going on back then. Growing up, a lot of those type jobs, business jobs. I would see suits and ties running down subway stairs. So, nobody was really in the streets. They didn't really have any place to go. Taxi drivers, we had a lot of guys that drove taxis, and bus drivers.
Lynette stayed in the lane of being a kid as long as she could, hiding her growing self behind the pickouts of a perfect afro and the flair of hip-hugger bell-bottoms. But the Lower East Side was a classroom without walls. Between the African dance with Miss Nakui and the sharp English of Miss Cook, she learned that where you come from dictates how you stand, but how you speak, that dictates how they listen.